First contact. The vast expanse of space shimmered with the arrival of the Galactic Confederation's flagship, the Celestial Voyager. Its sleek, silver hull gleamed under the light of Earth's sun as it entered orbit around the blue planet. On the bridge, Admiral Zixnera, a tall, slender being with iridescent skin and 4 arms, gazed at the viewscreen with a mixture of curiosity and amusement. "So this is Earth," Zixnera mused, their voice a melodic hum. "It appears even more primitive than our initial scan suggested." The ship's AI, Nexus, chimed in with its crisp, emotionless voice. "Affirmative, Admiral. Earth is classified as a Level 1 civilization on the galactic scale. They have achieved spaceflight, but have not ventured beyond their own solar system." Zixnera's secondary eyes blinked in surprise. "Level 1. I'm surprised they even made it off their planet. Prepare a first contact team. Let's see what these humans are capable of." As the Celestial Voyager maintained its orbit, Earth's governments scrambled to respond to the sudden appearance of an alien vessel. In New York, the United Nations convened an emergency session, while military forces worldwide were placed on high alert. Dr. Samantha Chen, Earth's leading xenolinguist, found herself rushed to a secret facility in Nevada. As she hurried down sterile corridors flanked by armed guards, her mind raced with possibilities. Years of studying potential alien languages were about to be put to the test. She burst into the command center, where General Marcus Blackwood stood before a wall of screens, his face etched with tension. "Dr. Chen, glad you could join us. We've received a transmission from the alien vessel. It's time to put your skills to work." Samantha nodded, her heart pounding as she approached the communications array. With trembling hands, she donned the headset and began analyzing the incoming signal. Hours passed as Samantha worked tirelessly to decipher the alien language. The command center buzzed with activity, military personnel and scientists alike watching her progress with bated breath. Finally, Samantha's eyes widened. "I've got it. They're requesting a meeting. They want to make first contact." General Blackwood's brow furrowed. "Where?" "They've designated coordinates," Samantha replied, her voice filled with awe. It's in the middle of the Sahara Desert." The news spread like wildfire. Within hours, world leaders had convened and selected a delegation to represent humanity. Dr. Chen, given her breakthrough in communication, was among those chosen. As their transport flew over the endless dunes of the Sahara, Samantha couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. The delegation landed near the designated coordinates, the hot desert wind whipping sand around them as they disembarked. In the distance, they could see the shimmering form of an alien shuttle touching down. General Blackwood, who insisted on leading the delegation despite protests from civilian leaders, stood at the forefront. "Remember," he muttered to the others, "we represent all of humanity now. Let's show these aliens what we're made of." As the alien shuttle's doors opened, the human delegation held its collective breath. Admiral Zixnera emerged, flanked by 2 other aliens of different species. The Admiral's 4 eyes scanned the assembled humans, a hint of amusement playing across their features. "Greetings, humans," Zixnera's voice resonated, the words perfectly translated through a device on their suit. "I am Admiral Zixnera of the Galactic Confederation. We come in peace, seeking to evaluate your world for potential membership in our Grand Alliance." General Blackwood stepped forward, his military training evident in his rigid posture. "On behalf of Earth, we welcome you, Admiral. I am General Marcus Blackwood, and these are my colleagues." He gestured to the delegation, introducing each member. When he reached Samantha, Zixnera's interest seemed to peak. "Ah, the one who deciphered our language. Impressive for a Level 1 civilization." Samantha felt a flush of pride, mixed with a tinge of irritation at the backhanded compliment. "Thank you, Admiral. We may surprise you yet." Zixnera's upper eyes blinked in what seemed to be amusement. "Perhaps. Though I must say, We expected more from a species that has achieved spaceflight. Your technology seems quaint." The human delegation exchanged glances, a mix of confusion and indignation passing between them. General Blackwood cleared his throat. "Admiral, with all due respect, we've made significant advancements in recent years. Perhaps a tour of some of our facilities would change your mind." The alien admiral waved a dismissive hand. "That won't be necessary. We've seen countless worlds like yours, primitive, struggling to grasp the basics of interstellar travel. It's charming in its own way." Samantha felt her cheeks burn with embarrassment and anger. She stepped forward, ignoring the warning glance from General Blackwood. "Admiral Zixnera, I believe you're underestimating us. Earth may not have the most advanced technology by your standards, but we've overcome countless challenges to get where we are." Zixnera regarded her with what seemed like pity. "My dear, you don't understand. We've seen civilizations rise and fall across the galaxy. Yours is unremarkable. But fear not. We're here to help guide you towards a brighter future." As the Admiral spoke, the ground beneath their feet began to tremble. The humans looked around in alarm, while the aliens seemed unperturbed. "Ah," Zixnera said, a note of curiosity in their voice. "Is this one of your planet's quirks?" Before anyone could respond, the trembling intensified. In the distance, a massive plume of sand erupted skyward. As it settled, a colossal form emerged, a gigantic sandworm, its maw lined with razor-sharp teeth, looming over the gathered delegations. The aliens froze, their composure shattered. Zixnera's 4 eyes widened in shock. What is that monstrosity?" General Blackwood, to everyone's surprise, smiled grimly. "That, Admiral, is just another day on Earth. Welcome to our world." As the sandworm lunged towards them, humans and aliens alike scrambled for safety. In that moment of chaos and danger, the true nature of Earth and the resilience of its inhabitants began to reveal itself to the astonished members of the Galactic Confederation. Revelation of Earth's true nature. The massive sandworm's roar echoed across the dunes as chaos erupted among the gathered delegations. Admiral Zixnera's composure shattered, their iridescent skin paling to a sickly hue. "Back to the shuttle," they screeched, all pretense of superiority forgotten. But General Blackwood's voice cut through the panic. "Hold your ground. Dr. Chen, the sonic disruptor." Samantha, her heart pounding, fumbled with a device on her belt. With shaking hands, she activated it, sending out a high-frequency pulse that made the humans wince and the aliens cover their auditory organs. The sandworm recoiled, its massive body writhing in discomfort. It let out one last frustrated roar before burrowing back into the desert, leaving only a massive depression in the sand as evidence of its presence. As the dust settled, Admiral Zixnera and their entourage stared at the humans in disbelief. You knew about that creature," the Admiral stammered. General Blackwood nodded, brushing sand from his uniform. "The Saharan Colossus. Nasty piece of work, but we've learned to deal with them." One of Zixnera's companions, a squat reptilian being named Kresh, stepped forward. "Impossible. Our scans showed no signs of megafauna on this planet." Samantha couldn't help but smile. "They're bioadaptive. Their cellular structure mimics the surrounding environment. To your scanners, they probably just looked like more sand." The aliens exchanged worried glances. Zixnera's earlier condescension had evaporated, replaced by a wary curiosity. Perhaps we should reconsider that tour of your facilities, General Blackwood." Over the next few days, the alien delegation was given a whirlwind tour of Earth's most impressive and daunting locations. They witnessed hurricane-force winds battering coastal cities protected by massive energy-dispersing shields. They observed submarines navigating through schools of bioluminescent predators in the Mariana Trench. In the Amazon, they watched in awe as humans in exosuits harvested medicinal plants from a forest teeming with venomous creatures. At each stop, The aliens' perception of Earth and its inhabitants shifted. What they had dismissed as primitive technology revealed itself to be ingenious adaptations to a world that seemed intent on killing its dominant species. During a brief respite at a research station in Antarctica, Admiral Zixnera approached Samantha, who was adjusting her thermal suit. "Dr. Chen, I owe you an apology. We gravely misjudged your world and your people." Samantha nodded, accepting the apology with grace. "It's a common mistake, Admiral. Earth doesn't make anything easy. We've had to fight for every advancement, every victory against nature." Zixnera's four eyes blinked in synchronization, a sign of deep thought. "But why? Why stay on such a dangerous world? Surely there are more hospitable planets in your system." Before Samantha could answer, alarms blared throughout the station. General Blackwood's voice crackled over the intercom. "All personnel, brace for impact. Glacial shift imminent." The ground beneath them shuddered, and through the reinforced windows, they watched in awe as a massive glacier split, sending car-sized chunks of ice crashing down the slope towards the station. Instead of panic, the humans sprang into action with practiced efficiency. Energy barriers flickered to life, deflecting the larger ice chunks, while robotic drones deployed to break down the smaller debris. As the danger passed, Samantha turned back to the awestruck Admiral. "To answer your question, Admiral Zixnera, we stay because this is our home. Every challenge Earth throws at us makes us stronger, more innovative. We don't just survive here, we thrive." The alien leader nodded slowly, a newfound respect evident in their posture. "I'm beginning to understand. But surely, with the dangers you face daily, your population must be." "Over 8 billion and growing," Samantha interjected with a smile. Zixnera's jaw dropped. "Impossible. A world this hostile should not be able to sustain such numbers." General Blackwood joined them, brushing ice crystals from his shoulders. "That's humanity for you, Admiral. We're too stubborn to let a little thing like an actively hostile planet keep us down." As they continued their tour, the aliens witnessed more of Earth's wonders and terrors. They saw the fireproof cities built around active volcanoes, harnessing geothermal energy. They marveled at the floating agricultural platforms that rose and fell with the tides, designed to withstand sun-emis. In orbit, aboard the International Space Station, the alien delegation got their first comprehensive view of Earth's defense systems. A complex network of satellites and space-based platforms worked in tandem to track and deflect everything from solar flares to rogue asteroids. Commander Elena Rodriguez, the station's leader, guided them through the command center. "This is where we coordinate our planetary defense," she explained. "From here, we can monitor every potential threat, both terrestrial and extraterrestrial." Kresh, the reptilian alien, leaned in to examine a holographic display. "Fascinating. Your technology, while not as advanced as ours in some areas, is remarkably specialized for survival." Admiral Zixnera nodded in agreement. "Indeed. It seems we may need to reassess Earth's classification. This is clearly no ordinary Level 1 civilization." As if to punctuate the Admiral's words, a warning klaxon sounded. The holographic display shifted, showing a massive solar flare erupting from the sun. Commander Rodriguez barked orders, and the station crew moved with practiced precision. Energy shields around Earth flickered to life, while massive electromagnetic deflectors positioned themselves to protect vital satellite networks. The aliens watched in awe as Earth's defenses easily handled a stellar event that would have devastated less prepared worlds. When the danger passed, Admiral Zixnera turned to General Blackwood, their expression solemn. "General, I believe we owe your people a formal apology. We came here expecting to find a primitive, struggling species. Instead, we've discovered a civilization of survivors, of innovators. Your Earth is not just a planet. It's a crucible, forging a species of remarkable resilience." General Blackwood accepted the apology with a nod. "Thank you, Admiral. But if you think this is impressive, you should see how we have fun." Zixnera's eyes widened. Fun. In these conditions. Samantha laughed. Oh yes, Admiral. Humans don't just endure Earth's challenges. We turn them into sports. Wait until you see our extreme athletes in action. As the implications of this statement sank in, the alien delegation began to realize that their understanding of humanity, and of what constituted a true challenge in the galaxy, was about to undergo an even more profound shift. The Earth, this beautiful yet deadly blue marble hanging in space, was not just a world. It was a proving ground, and humanity was its proudest product. The challenge. The celestial Voyager hung in Earth's orbit, its sleek form now a stark contrast to the web of satellites and defense platforms surrounding the planet. On the bridge, Admiral Zixnera stood with their fellow aliens, watching a holographic display of Earth's surface with a mixture of awe and trepidation. "I still can't believe it," muttered Kresh, the reptilian alien. "How can they live like this?" Zixnera's four eyes blinked in sequence, a sign of deep contemplation. Not just live, Kresh. Thrive. The hologram shifted, showing humans engaged in various extreme sports. Wingsuit flying between skyscrapers, free diving in predator-infested waters, and even volcano boarding down active lava flows. "This is madness," whispered Lear, a jellyfish-like being floating in a containment suit. "They turn mortal peril into entertainment." Before anyone could respond, the ship's AI, Nexus, chimed in. "Incoming transmission from Earth, Admiral. It's General Blackwood." The hologram shifted once more, revealing the stern face of the human military leader. "Admiral Zixnera, I hope you and your team have had time to process what you've seen so far." Zixnera nodded, their iridescent skin shimmering with barely contained excitement. "Indeed, General. Your world is unlike any we've encountered. The Galactic Confederation will need to reassess Earth's classification." A hint of a smile played at the corners of Blackwood's mouth. "That's precisely why I'm contacting you, Admiral. We have a proposal." The alien leader leaned forward, intrigued. "Go on." "We want to prove ourselves," Blackwood stated firmly, "not just as survivors, but as potential allies worthy of the Galactic Confederation's respect. We propose a series of challenges, trials that will demonstrate humanity's capabilities in a way that leaves no doubt about our readiness to join the galactic community." Zixnera's secondary eyes widened in surprise. "Challenges? What did you have in mind?" The hologram expanded, showing a map of Earth with several locations highlighted. 5 trials, Blackwood explained, each designed to test different aspects of our abilities. Your people are welcome to participate alongside ours, to get a first-hand experience of what we're capable of. The alien delegation exchanged glances, a mix of excitement and apprehension evident in their expressions. Zixnera turned back to the hologram, their voice filled with curiosity. "Tell us more about these trials, General." Blackwood nodded, and the hologram zoomed in on the first location, a massive storm system brewing over the Pacific Ocean. Trial 1. Weather Mastery. Your team will join ours in navigating and potentially mitigating a Category 5 hurricane. The image shifted to the dense canopy of the Amazon rainforest. Trial 2. Biodiversity Challenge. A trek through the world's most diverse and dangerous ecosystem, showcasing our biotech and survival skills. Next, the hologram displayed a series of underground caverns. Trial 3. Subterranean Expedition. We'll explore a newly discovered cave system, demonstrating our adaptability in extreme environments. The fourth location appeared to be a bustling metropolis. Trial 4. Urban Integration. A test of our social structures and technology in one of our most advanced cities, showcasing how we've adapted urban environments to Earth's challenges. Finally, the hologram showed a massive space elevator extending from Earth's surface. And Trial 5, the Orbital Gambit, a space-based challenge that will put our off-world capabilities to the test. As the presentation concluded, Admiral Zixnera found themselves leaning forward, completely engrossed. The other aliens murmured among themselves, a mix of excitement and trepidation in their voices. "This is unprecedented," Zixnera finally said. "Never in the history of the Galactic Confederation has a species proposed such a comprehensive demonstration of their abilities." General Blackwood's expression remained resolute. "We're not just any species, Admiral. We're human, and we're ready to show the galaxy what that means." There was a moment of silence as Zixnera contemplated the proposal. Finally, they spoke, their voice filled with determination. "Very well, General Blackwood. The Galactic Confederation accepts your challenge. We will bear witness to these trials and judge humanity's worthiness accordingly." A grin spread across Blackwood's face. "Excellent. We'll begin preparations immediately. I suggest your team does the same. Earth isn't known for pulling punches." As the transmission ended, excited chatter broke out among the alien delegation. Zixnera turned to their team, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. "It seems, my friends, that our mission has taken an unexpected turn. Prepare yourselves. If what we've seen so far is any indication, these trials will be unlike anything we've experienced before." Kresh, the reptilian alien, looked nervous. "Admiral, are you sure about this? These humans, they're not like other species we've encountered. Their world is a crucible," Zixnera finished, "and it has forged them into something extraordinary. We owe it to ourselves and to the Confederation to see exactly what they're capable of." As the alien delegation began their preparations, news of the upcoming trials spread across Earth like wildfire. In every corner of the globe, humans buzzed with excitement and determination. This was their chance to prove themselves not just to the aliens, but to themselves. In a secure facility beneath the Rocky Mountains, Dr. Samantha Chen worked tirelessly with a team of scientists and engineers, developing new technologies and strategies for the trials. "We're not just showcasing what we have," she explained to her team. "We're pushing the boundaries of what's possible." Meanwhile, in training centers around the world, elite teams of humans prepared for the challenges ahead. They pushed their bodies and minds to the limit, knowing that they would be representing not just their nations, but their entire species. As the day of the first trial approached, a palpable sense of anticipation filled the air. Humanity stood on the brink of a new era. The galaxy had underestimated them, dismissed them as primitive and unremarkable. Now they would show the cosmos exactly what it meant to be human. In orbit, aboard the celestial Voyager, Admiral Zixnera gazed down at the blue marble that was Earth. They couldn't shake the feeling that they were about to witness something truly extraordinary. The planet that had seemed so unassuming at first glance was about to reveal its true nature, and with it, the indomitable spirit of its inhabitants. As final preparations were made on both sides, one thing became clear: win or lose, these trials would change the course of galactic history. Humanity was ready to take its place among the stars, and nothing, not even the deadliest planet in the known universe, would stand in their way. Trials and tribulations. The day of the first trial dawned with an ominous sky. Dark clouds roiled over the Pacific Ocean, the beginnings of what meteorologists were calling a superstorm of the century. On the bridge of a specially designed storm chaser ship, General Blackwood stood with Admiral Zixnera and a mixed team of humans and aliens. "Welcome to Trial 1, Weather Mastery," Blackwood announced, his voice steady despite the ship's violent rocking. "Our goal is not just to survive this storm, but to study it, predict its movements, and potentially mitigate its effects." Zixnera's four eyes widened as they took in the tempest outside. This is beyond anything we've encountered. How can you hope to control such chaos?" Dr. Chen, adjusting a complex array of holographic displays, smiled. "We don't control it, Admiral. We dance with it." What followed was a masterclass in human ingenuity. As the storm raged, the team deployed weather drones, manipulated temperature gradients, and even seeded clouds to influence the hurricane's path. The aliens watched in awe as humans made split-second decisions, their technology and intuition working in perfect harmony. At the storm's peak, when all seemed lost, the humans revealed their ace, a massive orbital mirror that redirected sunlight, disrupting the hurricane's energy source. As the storm began to dissipate, Zixnera couldn't help but feel a newfound respect for these tenacious beings. With barely a moment to catch their breath, the team was whisked away to the Amazon rainforest for the second trial. The dense, humid air was a shock after the storm, and the cacophony of life was overwhelming. Trial 2. Biodiversity Challenge. Blackwood announced, "We'll be trekking through 50 kilometers of the most diverse and dangerous ecosystem on Earth. Our goal is to collect specific biological samples while avoiding the myriad threats this jungle poses." Kresh, the reptilian alien, seemed more at ease in this environment. "This, at least, seems more manageable. We have similar jungles on my homeworld." Dr. Chen handed out what looked like simple wristbands. "These are bioshields. They'll help protect against insect bites and minor toxins. For everything else, we'll need to rely on our wits." The journey was grueling. The team faced venomous snakes, quicksand, and even a pack of jaguars. But it was the microscopic threats that proved most challenging. A fungal spore outbreak nearly derailed the mission until a quick-thinking human scientist synthesized an antidote from local plants. The aliens were amazed not just by the humans' resilience, but by their respect for the environment. Every step was calculated to minimize their impact, every sample taken with reverence. As they emerged from the jungle, tired but triumphant, Zixnera turned to Blackwood. "Your world, it's not just dangerous. It's alive in a way I've never seen before." Blackwood nodded. "That's why we fight so hard to protect it, Admiral. Now, are you ready for what's next?" The third trial took them deep beneath the Earth's surface. The subterranean expedition plunged the team into a newly discovered cave system, vast and treacherous. "Our goal," Blackwood explained, his voice echoing in the cavernous space, "is to map this system and locate a specific mineral formation. We believe it could revolutionize our energy production." The descent was harrowing. Narrow passages forced the team to squeeze through gaps barely wider than their bodies. Underground rivers and lakes required improvised rafts. And always, there was the threat of cave-ins and toxic gas pockets. But it was in this trial that the humans truly shone. Their adaptability was unparalleled. When traditional lighting failed due to strange electromagnetic fields, they cultivated bioluminescent fungi to light their way. When their communication devices malfunctioned, they used the cave's natural acoustics to stay in touch. Lear, the jellyfish-like alien, was particularly impressed. "In space, we pride ourselves on adapting to different environments. But you become one with your environment. It's remarkable." The mineral was located, more valuable than anyone had anticipated. As they ascended back to the surface, even the stoic General Blackwood couldn't hide his excitement. "3 down, 2 to go," he said with a grin. The fourth trial brought a dramatic change of scenery. The team found themselves in the heart of New Shanghai, a gleaming metropolis that seemed to defy the very laws of nature. Trial 4. Urban Integration. Blackwood announced, "This city represents the pinnacle of our urban development. Your task is to navigate its systems, from transportation to energy management to waste recycling." What followed was a whirlwind tour of human innovation. The aliens marveled at vertical farms that fed millions, at buildings that absorbed pollution and converted it into clean energy, at traffic systems that adapted in real time to the city's needs. But it wasn't just the technology that impressed them. It was the way humans from all walks of life coexisted, forming a complex social ecosystem as intricate as any in nature. "Your diversity," Zixnera observed, watching the bustling crowds, "it's not just biological. It's cultural, ideological. How do you maintain unity with so much potential for conflict?" Dr. Chen smiled. "That's the secret, Admiral. We don't just maintain unity. We thrive on our differences. Each unique perspective brings something new to the table. As the urban trial concluded, there was a palpable sense of anticipation. Only one challenge remained, and it would take them beyond the confines of Earth itself. The space elevator was a marvel of engineering, stretching from the planet's surface all the way to a geosynchronous orbit. As the team ascended, the curvature of the Earth became visible, a breathtaking sight that left even the space-faring aliens in awe. "Welcome to the final trial," Blackwood said as they reached the orbital station. "The orbital gambit. This challenge will test not just our technology, but our ability to think and act on a cosmic scale." The task was monumental: to reposition a small asteroid, altering its trajectory to slingshot around the Moon and settle into a stable orbit around Earth. The purpose, Dr. Chen explained, was to establish a deep space refueling station for future interstellar missions. What followed was a masterclass in celestial mechanics, improvised engineering, and sheer human determination. When their primary thrusters failed, the team repurposed mining equipment to create makeshift propulsion. When solar radiation threatened to fry their computers, they used the asteroid's mineral composition to create natural shielding. Throughout it all, the aliens watched in amazement as humans faced the unforgiving vacuum of space with the same adaptability and courage they'd shown on their hostile homeworld. As the asteroid settled into its new orbit, a cheer erupted from mission control back on Earth. Humans and aliens alike embraced, the shared triumph breaking down the last barriers between them. Admiral Zixnera turned to General Blackwood, all four eyes shining with emotion. "We had no idea. All this time, we thought we were coming to evaluate a primitive world. Instead, we've discovered something truly extraordinary." Blackwood smiled, gazing out at the blue marble of Earth below them. "That's humanity for you, Admiral. We're full of surprises." As they began their descent back to Earth, there was a sense that something profound had changed. The galaxy had underestimated humanity, but no longer. Earth, once dismissed as a backwater world, had proven to be a crucible of innovation, a forge of unbreakable will. The trials were over, but humanity's greatest challenge and its greatest adventure was just beginning. A new perspective. The return to Earth was met with global celebration. Humans from every corner of the planet gathered to watch as the mixed team of aliens and Earth's representatives touched down. The air was electric with anticipation as everyone waited to hear the Galactic Confederation's verdict. In a grand assembly hall, hastily constructed to accommodate both human and alien dignitaries, Admiral Zixnera stood before a sea of eager faces. Their iridescent skin shimmered under the lights, all four eyes scanning the crowd before settling on the human delegation. "People of Earth," Zixnera began, their voice carrying a weight of profound respect. "When we first arrived on your world, we thought we knew what to expect. We were wrong." A murmur rippled through the crowd as the Admiral continued. "Your planet, which we initially dismissed as a primitive, hostile environment, has revealed itself to be a crucible of innovation and resilience. You have not merely survived in conditions that would challenge even our most advanced civilizations. You have thrived." General Blackwood and Dr. Chen exchanged proud glances as Zixnera spoke. "The trials you proposed and undertook have demonstrated levels of adaptability, ingenuity, and determination that are unprecedented in our records of galactic civilization. Your mastery over Earth's chaotic weather systems, your harmony with its diverse and dangerous ecosystems, your ability to adapt to extreme environments both above and below ground, your innovative urban integration, and your prowess in cosmic engineering. All of these have forced us to radically reassess our understanding of what constitutes an advanced civilization." The Admiral paused, allowing their words to sink in before delivering the crucial announcement. "It is therefore my honor and privilege to inform you that the Galactic Confederation hereby reclassifies Earth as a Level 8 world, a designation reserved for planets of extraordinary evolutionary pressure and species of remarkable capability." The hall erupted in cheers and applause. Humans embraced one another, tears of joy and pride streaming down many faces. Even the stoic General Blackwood allowed himself a broad smile. But Zixnera wasn't finished. They raised all four hands, calling for silence. Furthermore, we extend an invitation to humanity to join the Galactic Confederation, not as junior members, but as full partners. Your unique perspectives and unparalleled problem-solving skills will be invaluable as we face the challenges of our vast and often dangerous universe. Dr. Chen stepped forward, her voice filled with emotion. Admiral Zixnera, on behalf of humanity, we are honored by your offer. But I must ask, what does this mean for Earth? For our home? The Admiral's expression softened. An excellent question, Dr. Chen. Your concern for your homeworld, despite, or perhaps because of, its dangers, is commendable. Rest assured, Earth's status as a Level 8 world grants it special protections. No off-world settlement or resource extraction will be permitted without the full consent and participation of humanity. Your world remains your own, to cherish and protect as you see fit. A sigh of relief passed through the human contingent. Earth, with all its beauty and danger, would remain a sanctuary and a crucible for human development. In the days that followed, the implications of humanity's new status began to unfold. Scientists from across the galaxy flocked to Earth, eager to study its unique ecosystems and the adaptations of its life forms. Human innovations in weather control, bioengineering, and extreme environment survival were suddenly in high demand. But it wasn't just Earth's dangers that intrigued the galactic community. Human art, music, and culture, born from the crucible of their challenging world, offered new perspectives that fascinated alien species. Earth quickly became a hub of cultural exchange, with humans and aliens alike finding new inspiration in their interactions. Moreover, humanity's problem-solving skills and adaptability made them invaluable in galactic exploration and colonization efforts. Human teams were often the first called upon to tackle the most challenging environments and situations. As Earth's first embassy on a distant world neared completion, General Blackwood and Dr. Chen stood with Admiral Zixnera, gazing at the alien sunset. "You know," Blackwood mused, "a part of me wonders if we would have achieved all this if Earth had been a more forgiving world." Dr. Chen nodded. "Our challenges shaped us, made us who we are. But now we have the whole galaxy to explore, new challenges to face." Zixnera's eyes blinked in sequence, a gesture they had picked up from their human friends. "Indeed, and the galaxy will be better for it. Your Earth may be a Level 8 Hellworld, but it has forged a species unlike any we've encountered. The universe is vast and often dangerous, but with humanity as our allies, I believe we're ready to face whatever it may throw at us." As they watched the alien sun dip below the horizon, casting the sky in hues no human had ever seen before, there was a sense of boundless possibility. Humanity had not just proven itself, it had found its place in the cosmos. The species that had been forged in the crucible of Earth was now ready to help shape the future of the galaxy. Earth, once ridiculed and dismissed, now stood as a shining example of life's tenacity and the indomitable spirit of its dominant species. And as humans took their first steps into the galactic community, they carried with them the lessons of their hellish homeworld. Adaptability, resilience, and an unyielding determination to not just survive, but to thrive in the face of any challenge. The laughter of aliens had turned to admiration, their ridicule to respect. And humanity, with the fire of Earth burning in their hearts, was ready to show the galaxy just what it meant to be human.